Hello, welcome back to This Week in HCG Beauty. Because I've run out of great ideas for things to talk about, and I've talked skincare, oil-free skincare to death, I'm going to depart or take a little detour with you guys. So please join me on my little trip down recipe lane. So I was mentioning before that, I'm always eating the same thing, and my big go-to meal that I really enjoy is canned tomatoes with the chicken and spices, made almost like a soup. But I was thinking that maybe tomatoes, because they're technically not a vegetable but they're a fruit, maybe that's why I'm not seeing the losses that I'd like to see. So I've switched it up, and I've done two different kinds of slow cooker recipes. One of them, and they're to take on the same thing. So the first one is slow cooker mustard chicken and cabbage. And you can, I did this as 4 meals. So I just cut my chicken into 4 100-gram pieces, and then you just really roughly chop 8 cups of red cabbage and put it in the bottom of the crock pot. And then you mix together 4 teaspoons of mustard powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and then salt to taste. And then you coat your chicken with that like it's shake and bake, like really just smush it into the chicken. I put it in a bag and then kind of mush it around, and then lay the chicken on top of the cabbage. And then you mix together 4 teaspoons of Bragg's liquid aminos with some water. And I actually added some mustard, and I read some brown mustard. I read the ingredients, and there was no sugar or anything in it, no sugars or oils or anything. So I added a few teaspoons of the mustard, and then mixed it all together with some water, the Bragg's water mustard. Pour it over top and put it in the slow cooker on low for 4 to 8 hours, and it was delicious. So what I did, just take the chicken out, and my little dishes, and just measured out 2 cups of cabbage into each dish, and then put the chicken on top, and then popped them in the freezer. So that was delicious. And then today I decided to try a variation on that theme. So I made my own curry powder, cardamom seeds. I can't remember what all I used, unfortunately, but cardamom, ginger powder, fenugreek, cumin, pepper, chili powder, cinnamon, cloves, and I don't remember what else, but I just kind of looked on, I just Googled curry spices, and so I just kind of found a list of spices on there and just put them all together in no particular order, or no particular turmeric, in no particular measurements, and coated my chicken with that, and then did the same thing with the cabbage on the bottom, the 100-gram pieces of chicken on top of the cabbage, and then some Bragg's and mustard and water together, and poured it over top. And seems like it smells good, and it's because I still have some of the mustard chicken left. I haven't tried it. I tried a little for taste, but it seems like it's going to be good. So let me know what you think of that. The other thing I'm really enjoying drinking is my David's tea, or tea in general. Now, David's tea, I asked, and apparently they are in the States now, not just Canada. So you might want to take a peek at their website, David's Tea, DAVIDST.com. Tea as in TEA. Anyways, I start my morning off, instead of with coffee, with chocolate rocket. Looks like that. There we go. David's tea. And, sorry, I'm being really goofy. Anyways, that's chocolate rocket. It's a mate, so instead of like coffee, like other caffeines where it spikes and then drops, it kind of has this nice slow burn effect, kind of like matcha does. I would go for matcha instead even of mate, except that matcha really tastes terrible if you don't, you know, mix it with milk and a sweetener and stuff like that. So it just tastes like you're drinking a glass of grass, otherwise a cup of hot grass, and kind of a hot mess. So I'm not going with that. The Chocolate Rocket says, need a boost? This energizing hint of chocolate, almonds, raspberries, chicory, and roasted mate will have you up and flying. The ingredients are roasted mate, cocoa nibs, almonds, roasted chicory root, and dried raspberries. And before everybody jumps on me about the chocolate thing, cocoa nibs don't contain fat. They don't contain sugar. These are like the raw cocoa nibs. They look like if you took a hammer and smashed a coffee bean, and it has little chunks, and they're hard like that. Like they don't, I mean, if you really like chocolate, you wouldn't be chowing down on cocoa nibs, let me tell you. But it just adds that little bit of flavor, I guess, when they're steeped. So that's my morning tea, and I usually use about 1.5 teaspoons for my great big cup, and then I get 2 brewings out of it, so I end up having 2 cups of it. And then I usually, in the afternoon after those 2 cups, switch to steeped tea, it's called. And it's like one of those home selling, like home party things, but you could check it out online. But David's Tea also makes one of these, but it's Earl Grey de la Creme. And looks like that. And it smells like Earl Grey, and it's really delicious, and it contains luxury black tea, cornflower petals, and natural flavors. So then I usually have a cup or 2 of that, and then I switch to this one is so good, cocoa mint cream. It's an herbal infusion. This cool and creamy blend pairs apple and coconut with a touch of peppermint for the perfect after-dinner treat. The ingredients are apple, coconut, peppermint, blackberry leaves, and looks like that. And it's from David's again, David's Tea, and it smells like mint and coconut. It's just, and that's what it, oops, spilling it all over the floor. That's what it looks like. And like I said, oh my God, that smells good, and it tastes fantastic. So I usually have a couple of cups of that, and then before bed, I run for the shelter of my Mother's Little Helper. Yes, there is a tea called Mother's Little Helper. It's an herbal infusion. Again, need to relax? Try running for the shelter of this Mother's Little Helper. 1 sip is like a day at the spa, caffeine-free. And it contains organic peppermint, lemongrass, rose hips, hibiscus, chamomile, valerian root, cornflowers. And yeah, it smells and tastes quite minty. Yeah, that's all I really taste, but it looks like that. So it's really pretty and colorful, and tastes nice, pleasant. Oh yeah, look at that. So yeah, there's like little chamomile flowers in there. There's all the lemongrass and other things, and yeah, it's just a really nice, relaxing. And the valerian root is I don't know if I've told you guys before, but I am a chartered herbalist, and yeah, valerian root and skullcap are the 2 top sleep aids and sedatives in herbal medicine. So this doesn't have a ton of valerian root. It's down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second to last ingredient, but there's enough in there. It just helps me relax and calm down at night so that I can sleep. So that's that. Like I said, I've run out of ideas, so I'm talking about this, but I do have an idea, so I'll be back. Part 2. Anyways, talk to you in a couple of minutes. Bye.